Boom. Okay. I think we're all set here. That's ready. That's there. Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome
Hello,
to
everyone.
episode 5 of your friendly neighborhood movie critics.
Yes.
We're killing it right now, Mike.
We are. We're
I feel like
pumping them out.
we just filmed episode 4, and now here we are with a movie
And
review.
this is our first movie review.
Our first movie review. Everybody, we just came back from a movie theater.
Yeah.
But
Unbelievable.
What's funny is it was open since June.
Yeah.
We just
We
didn't
had
know.
no idea.
We-
But there was like no new movies.
Yeah, no
It
new
was all-
movies. We just assumed
They
the
were playing
theater near
classics.
us was closed, but I talked to the GM and he said they were playing Jurassic Park, all the classic
Yeah, like
movies.
the classic movies. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know my neighbors went, and they went a couple times. So.
Yeah, and I want to say, I mean, they did pretty good with their rules. I mean, I guess.
Yeah, I mean.
If you show up in your party at our theater, if you show up in your party, you can sit together, but the other party who shows up needs to sit like 2 seats away from you, which is a decent rule.
Yeah, and you have to wear your mask until you sit down.
Wear your mask,
Once you sit
yeah.
down, you don't have to wear your mask anymore, which we just wore it the whole time.
Well, yeah.
Except when I was eating popcorn.
For me personally, yeah, I just wanted to wear it the whole time. I heard a guy
Yeah.
coughing behind me and I got scared, but you
Yeah.
know, I was like, no, he's wearing his mask. We'll survive.
Yeah,
We'll
there was
survive.
people close to us, in front of us and behind us. That worried me.
That was I did think about that too,
Yeah.
where like 6 feet apart, side to side, but what
Behind
about
us.
front to back?
Yeah.
I almost wish they did like every other row.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. But now they're really cutting down.
Then they're really
tickets.
cutting down, and like
Yeah.
they were doing like 100 people per like each day. They were only
Right.
letting 100 people in, which was like I thought was fascinating. But
Yeah.
listen, we're in COVID world right now, and I'm glad we were.
It
at
all
least,
worked out.
It all worked out.
Unless we start showing symptoms in 14 days.
I know. Here we go. Here we go, everyone. We're gonna be new mutants in 14 days. All right.
All right, we want to hop into it?
Yeah. So guys, we watched New Mutants.
Spoiler warning, right?
Yeah. So,
this
we
is gonna be
want to make
spoiler-
sure you guys know this. This is gonna be full spoilers.
Yeah.
No non-spoiler stuff. We're just gonna give you the big deal. If you've seen the movie, check it out. If you're a person that doesn't care about spoilers,
Yeah.
and you just want to know what the heck's going
Or
on
if
with
you're
this
not
movie,
gonna see it.
if you're not gonna see it,
Yeah.
we're here to tell you what to expect or just what's going on with this movie. That's what 3 years old, 2 years old.
Yeah, it started
it's just
production,
about-
I think, 3 years
They're
ago.
the old mutants now.
Yeah, they're the old mutants at this point.
But yeah, okay, so let's get into it.
right.
The New Mutants is officially out, and
Yes.
we were sitting in the theater. It comes on 20th Century Fox. This is the last, technically Fox.
Well, that's, if you remember, I
X-Men.
pointed to you in the beginning. I was
Yeah.
pointing at it.
Yeah.
They actually don't have Fox in the title anymore, just 20th Century. 20th Century
Oh,
Studios.
wait a second.
Yeah, they didn't have Fox in the logo.
That's what you were pointing at.
That's what I was
I low
pointing
key
at,
was like,
yeah.
oh, what's the joke Mike's making here?
Yeah, it just said 20th Century
Oh,
Studios.
it just said 20th Century
No Fox.
Studios.
Yeah.
I didn't even pay attention.
I was trying to point it to you, but I think you just shrugged me
I
off.
was-
You know?
yeah, I was
you
being
usually
like-
do ignore me.
I was like, what
so-
the hell is Mike saying here?
Yeah, you
Listen
usually
to the
do.
movie, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, snap. Wow, okay.
So it's the
Oh,
last.
we watched the movie. No.
But it was made by Fox.
Yeah,
It was released
yeah.
by Disney. So
Yeah.
technically, because now Fox is owned by Disney. But
Mhm.
this would be the last X-Men movie created by
Yeah.
Fox.
It really just should have went to streaming. That's already giving you guys a sneak peek of what I think about this movie.
Yeah.
And but yeah. So let's start from the beginning.
Yeah.
I guess we'll start.
Um,
It starts with.
I thought it started with a bang.
It started off good, but again, what was getting me in the beginning, taking me out of it. I didn't like the girl's acting, and I didn't like the dad acting.
yeah.
Their acting was off in the beginning, and that took me out of the movie.
Yeah.
Because the scene where he's talking to her in the tree, he's like, "Stay here."
Yeah, and it was
Please.
really dark, and you couldn't see what was going on.
Couldn't see what's going
and
on.
I got the vibe right away. We knew. So apparently, there was obviously a giant monster chasing him.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I got the vibe right away. We're not going to see the monster.
Yeah. Oh
Oh,
no,
we're
I,
not gonna see
I knew
it.
that.
I knew
And
it.
part of me sometimes is like, I think I'd prefer to just see the monster right away.
Yeah, just
I
give
get
it to us.
the
like,
mystery. I get it and all, but and especially where this movie went, I would definitely wish they just
and
showed
it
it
is,
to us.
it is a lower budget film.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's why maybe.
I
they
wonder what
wanted
was
less.
added after like the 4 delays or whatever it was.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm
either.
curious to see because it looks like throughout the whole movie, nothing was added, or I mean, maybe it was just flawless. Maybe we couldn't tell, or maybe something was taken out.
Yeah, I think they,
I don't
they did a
know.
good job not letting us tell. Really.
I'll say this. I mean, yeah, for the amount of times it was delayed, you couldn't tell that anything was changed, or
Yeah.
if it was changed. It was
Yeah.
it flowed pretty smooth. It
Yeah,
flowed
it
pretty
did.
smooth.
It did.
I'll give it that.
It did. It felt like a movie in itself.
Yeah, Yeah,
given
yeah,
the
yeah.
NFL,
There wasn't a jogging moment where I was
you
like,
couldn't tell it took 4 years to make this movie.
no.
Yeah, so in the beginning, basically they were chased by a monster. You don't get to see the monster, and then all of a sudden, boom, she wakes up.
Boom, she wakes
in
up.
this hospital. Well, we assume it's a hospital.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that transition, but I guess it is what it is. The way it happened.
I didn't even tell it was the same girl at first. I thought it was.
You thought it was a different girl?
It looked like she was younger at first in the first scene, and then she just got older. But anyway, so yeah, she wakes up in this hospital, and
I again, I'm going back to it. I didn't like the way she was saying things. Like when she didn't seem scared. Like it was supposed to be a horror movie. I didn't feel the intensity.
She
when
had
she
no
woke
emotion.
up.
I thought.
No emotion.
I felt like there was no emotion coming from her.
She just didn't.
The actress name. I'm sorry. The actress name is Blue Hunt.
Blue Hunt.
I don't even know what else she's been in.
A pretty girl, but it was like her. She didn't sell me on the character.
No.
I didn't feel an urgency.
And we'll
at
get into that
all.
later about the characters.
Yeah.
That was an issue in its whole. I think the character itself.
Yeah.
All the characters.
All cringy.
Yeah,
All
so
very
we'll get into that
cringy.
later, but we'll keep breaking down the movie.
So
she wakes up and there's Dr. Reyes.
Dr. Reyes, which
We
I
get to
think is
meet-
one of the best characters maybe in this whole thing.
We get to meet her right away, and right off the bat, you think, I mean, she seems nice.
Yeah.
She seems like
She
she
seems nice.
cares.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah. We'll get into, more into later what happens with her, but she seems nice. But there's a little background to her, which is why I like her character a lot.
Yeah.
I do like her character a lot.
I thought she was good.
Yeah, she was good.
Yeah. But this is the part where I already started cringing when she gets introduced.
She gets introduced to
To the rest of
There's
the-
like this therapy session that they
Yeah.
have, and
There's 5 patients, right? 5.
5 of them. Yeah,
1,
there's
2, 3,
5.
4, 5. There's 5 patients.
There's 5 patients.
And right off the bat, I mean,
The guy-
this
the guy's
character-
line,
I
the
mean, I
guy's
have
line.
to say this line right off the bat. She's introduced and she's already being basically bullied right off the bat as soon as she's brought in. And Bobby, who is he turned out that we don't know his power for half of the movie.
Yeah.
His first line is they're trying to figure out her power, and she's like, "Oh, I hope she's a nympho,"
Yeah.
and gives her like this little smirk.
Yeah. And
That is the
like,
creepiest
it's like,
line.
why are you being an ass?
For meeting someone for the first time.
yeah.
That is the creepiest line I think I've ever heard in my entire life. I hope she's a nympho.
That was fucking weird. Yeah.
That was
I don't know what
weird.
they were trying to add
And
there.
was that supposed to be funny? Because it was just creepy.
That too. But going back to how you said like we don't know his powers yet.
Yeah.
They didn't know his powers either.
Right.
So it makes me wonder. This is one thing that confuses me. How long have they been there?
Yeah.
To the point to where they don't know what the fuck this kid does, or they're all confused with each other's shit.
But the movie makes it seem like they've been there a while.
Yeah, and you would think maybe, I don't know, let's say 2-3 years they've been there. Why the fuck do you not know this guy's powers, or at least know a little bit of what's going on?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
But anyway, so that line instantly said, "I hate this guy."
Yeah.
And that's what made me so angry throughout the movie is they try to make you like him.
Yeah.
And it's just he was off to such a terrible start. If you wanted to get us to like him, they did a terrible start. I thought.
He's a
but then
douchebag.
You meet the rest of the patients and the blonde.
Let's go through them.
Yeah.
Russian chick, I didn't like
Ilyana?
at first. I didn't like.
Yeah.
Ilyana. I didn't like at first.
Yeah.
She was annoying. She was very annoying at
well,
first.
she tried to play the bully role.
And you know what it is? Maybe I think let's say the director told them, here's what your role is, here's what your. They were trying too hard to be those specific things.
And I'm thinking right now, I'm laughing, thinking that. What about the scene right after they first meet? She was told to give her a, walk through around the campus. They go outside and she instantly just pulls out a spray.
We looked at each other for this.
She
And
instantly pulls out a spray
I did want
can.
to talk about this.
Like immediately. Like they step outside,
she's
she pulls out a
trying-
spray can and starts spray painting.
It's literally such a not like it's literally you're trying to tell the audience.
You're trying so hard.
She's the bad girl.
Yeah.
Oh, because she's like, you're going to be my lookout. And then she starts. They walk to the
Like, are you
fountain. She
kidding
grabs
me?
the spray can. You're going to be lookout, and then starts spraying it. And then we're all just in the theater like, oh, she's the bad girl.
Yeah, she's the
okay.
tough one.
Could
But
you
that was
put
so
anything more
cringy.
on the nose about it?
That
Yeah,
was so cringy.
That was bad. That was
Yeah.
bad. And then she was like just being a total like a punk to her. Like I didn't like when the girl started running and then she started laughing at her.
Yeah, she's laughing at her, knowing she's gonna run full speed into a barrier.
Yeah, and then but like her laughing at her too. She's like,
Yeah, so basically you find out in that scene as well.
they're
so
trapped.
The main girl, played by Blue Hunt, just takes off trying to escape.
Yeah.
And she runs right into a force field.
Yeah.
Showing that they're trapped.
Yeah. The force field idea was cool. I was like, okay, this is pretty neat.
Yeah.
Sure. And then what was so random? You see a wolf running. You don't know. Did you know who the wolf was?
I
you
did.
did.
I did immediately.
For me-
well, because once again, we're skipping ahead, but so the
Yeah,
wolf.
we are, yeah.
The wolf. You see, the wolf is shown looking after. What's Dani, the main girl? She's looking, and then all of a sudden, she's the Macy. Who does Macy play?
Macy's the wolf. Macy's the
Rain. Her name was Rain. I'm
Rain.
getting all the names mixed up too. That's another thing. They did a terrible job with names. They barely said them at all.
Rain.
Rain, who was the wolf.
Yeah.
She just instantly appears right up on top of the clock tower when Dani was about to jump off.
Yeah.
And now it's right after
weird
the wolf.
Oh, I didn't like that scene either.
Yeah.
Because I didn't feel worried. I feel the movie didn't do a good job of me feeling the moments.
Yeah.
So like when she's up there and then the girl comes up, it just felt like awkward, the conversation. Yeah. And then when they fell, it didn't feel like they had to fall. The way they fell too. Yeah. I was like, why did they fall like that?
And
like,
I was, oh boy,
that?
here we go.
A romance.
Here's
a romance.
Yeah, romance.
Here's a romance.
So I guess we didn't even go over all the characters. So yeah, we got the Russian girl. We got Rain, who was the werewolf. Played by Macy Sinclair, who I just call Arya Stark.
Yeah.
That's all I know her for is Arya Stark.
Charlie Heaton.
You got Charlie Heaton playing
Stranger
Sam.
Things.
Sam,
I like his character.
Who we talked about has first half of the movie has a country accent. The second half
he loses it.
He loses the accent.
I think he forgot. I think everyone who was filming his scenes forgot. Like, oh wait, did he have a country accent?
It's pretty funny. I think he plays the same character he does in Stranger Things. In Stranger Things, he plays the exact same character.
It's just a continuity thing. Yeah, he's just he's the same character from Stranger Things.
I honestly don't think he's that good of an actor. But maybe he just plays the role Jonathan in Stranger Things really well.
He just plays the same guy. He just plays the same guy.
Then we talked about Henry Zaga playing Bobby. That was the guy that said, I hope she's an info. And that's all of them.
Yeah.
So that's all the patients.
But do we know their superhero names? They don't know the superhero names, right? That's it.
I don't think they really announced the superhero names.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if they do that in the comics, but I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Wolfbane was supposed to be Rain.
Wolfbane.
Young Wolfbane. I don't know if anybody knows Wolfbane from the comics.
So random, the wolf running in that scene. That was funny to me. I was like, "What's that wolf?"
So we can skip ahead for most of the movie, and that's the biggest problem for me.
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
So yeah, that's what this movie fails at, is once it starts off a little strong, you're like, oh, there's something going on here.
Yeah, there's a monster, which is we're in for a monster movie.
But Michael said it best. The rest, literally an hour and like 15 minutes of the movie is just character development.
It's character development
just talking.
And here's my problem. It's character development about characters we just don't care about.
I could care less. You don't like any of the characters.
If any of these characters died at the end, would you be upset?
No.
Not a single one of them.
No.
And that's the problem. The whole movie was character development.
Yeah.
For what? There was nothing. We wanted action. We wanted horror.
Mm-hmm. Horror action. That's what we wanted from this horror X-Men film that they kept hyping up. It's the first horror X-Men movie.
From the moment Dani entered the hospital. Mm-hmm. Until a quarter left into the movie. Yeah. It was just all character development. It was all visions.
That's literally it. Once she gets into the hospital, you're in for literally just a whole trip of just them talking to each other.
And then you said it well too. It's a romance movie more than horror.
It's like a high school romance movie. It's not even horror. It's not even horror.
Because
guys.
Rain, played by Macy Sinclair, and Blue Hunt's character Dani,
they have a romance.
They have a romance.
Yeah, they have a romance.
Which I actually didn't mind.
I know it was okay.
It was fun.
I didn't mind it, but it was just like
it was cute.
Yeah,
and
sure.
But it still didn't make me care about them.
It didn't. I didn't care at all.
Yeah. And it just for the whole middle of the movie, it was just visions. It was each person was having their own visions, which turned out to be technically not visions.
Because they're fears.
They're fears.
Right. Because so the Blue Hunt's that's her name, right?
I keep getting them mixed up. I keep calling Blue Hunt. Her name's Dani.
Dani. So
Dani.
Dani's character, you find out through the movie.
So the whole question through the movie is, what's her power?
What is her power?
What is her power?
So when she's like sleeping, or when the doctor messes with her with the medicine and shit, her powers kick in. Yeah. And her power essentially is bringing out the fears in other people.
Which makes sense because, well, you don't find this out until about quarter way, like the 3/4 through the movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Now it makes sense because through the first 3/4, all these patients in the hospital, the 5 patients we had, were having these scary visions of their past. Mm-hmm. And now it makes sense. It's happening because it's Dani's power, and she's there at the hospital now.
And you know what? Like, where's the rest of the staff? You know,
that's the biggest thing for me too.
That was so weird. It was just the doctor the whole time.
You're putting a lot of trust into the patients. For example, you immediately give Ilyana, the Russian girl, the task to show Dani throughout the campus.
Yeah.
You're obviously seeing already that they're not getting along.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, you can see that she's bullying her.
So
you're just going to send her away together?
Why the hell? Since you're already up, like, what do you mean since she's already up?
And these are patients with crazy superpowers.
They're gonna start fighting. Like, they're gonna start, like, why do you not expect them to start fighting?
One
in the
guy
field,
literally has flames coming from his skin.
Yeah,
he can easily burn down.
That's a great point. Why did she have the Russian girls show her around? That's so fucking annoying.
But here's the thing: like, these are superheroes, well, mutants that have these superpowers that can easily burn down the whole building at once. Yeah. But there's one person looking after them. One person.
Yeah, that was stupid to me.
Yeah.
Literally, there's this giant building, like you said, with probably some of the most dangerous people in the world out there.
Like right away, they almost killed themselves. Yeah. They almost jumped up the clock tower because nobody's looking after them.
And whoever her superiors were just trusted her, like, yeah, we'll put a force field around, you deal with it. And then she just had like voice activated doors to help her out.
That Dr. Reyes had to be getting paid a lot. Take care of those kids.
That's
by
what
herself.
I'm saying.
And that's
why she's a great character.
That's another thing too. In the middle of the night, it shows her watching them sleep on the camera.
Yeah.
So when does she sleep?
Yeah. So that was a question I had while I was watching too. When the fuck? Like, someone needs to take shifts.
She's working 24/7.
Someone have her take some shifts.
Dr. Reyes, who's looking at these patients, is working 24/7 because she's literally watching them sleep through the night.
And there's the scene. So there's a scene. We're just gonna jump around. There's a scene where they're sneaking out, and the and oh God, what's her name? Russian girl, Ilyana. Yeah. Ilyana, the Russian character. She spikes the doctor's drink and she sleeps. When I saw that scene, I'm like, good. She needs some good shut eye. And I
just couldn't believe it. It was like, is this woman's superpower like the ability not to sleep?
Oh, and to follow up from that scene, I hated that lie detector scene. That was dumb.
That was dumb.
That was so pointless. That could have been cut out the movie.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's just all this character development that we just didn't need.
Especially that scene specifically, because it gave us nothing.
Like, why do we care how many women Bobby slept with?
Yeah.
That's one of the questions they asked him, and they talked about it for like 10 minutes.
It's an hour and 30-minute movie, and there was so much wasted time.
There was a lot of wasted
time, man.
It was a shame, and I don't know. I guess we can get to the end now.
Well, yeah. So, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Anything else to touch on? That's what I'm saying. Not much. It's like we just said. It's just them talking.
Can cut this out. We can
yeah, I know. Yeah, they're gonna be like, man, they're so unprofessional. At least there's no lawnmower going this time.
I know. I'm trying to think of anything else to talk about. I mean,
but the movie. So the movie kicks in when the Dr. Reyes.
The doctor gets the orders to kill Dani.
And is the order? So here's another thing I was confused about. Are the orders from the superiors or the computer? You think she's getting it from
superiors? I think the superiors are sending it through the computer. Is my guess.
Right. Yeah.
I don't think the
because they want to leave her the fuck alone. Oh, and also to go back to the staffless building. I was pissed off that Bobby, the Bobby, right? The burning guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. How he's washing dishes. There's scenes where like
there's piles and piles of dishes for 6 people.
Bobby is washing dishes. That looks like it was for an entire school cafeteria.
There's literally 3 different scenes of him washing dishes. And if you look at the pile next to him, they're piled up.
It's all piled up. And my man's, it's like there's 5 of you. There's just 5 trays. If anything, clean your own fucking dishes. Why are you leaving it to this guy? And he's like jamming the music.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, is he just cleaning the same dishes over and over? It's a very dumb thing to talk about. But if you watch the movie, you're gonna be like, you're gonna agree and be like, what the fuck is that?
Can we also talk about how Bobby made out with a demon?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't get that scene. Why did he see her? Was he scared of her?
There's a scene where Bobby goes to this pool.
Yes.
And he sees Ilyana, which it turns out that was not Ilyana. It was actually, we don't know.
It was never explained.
It was actually a demon. It's a demon sent by Dani's character.
Well, the explanation is because she was, I think, having stuff done to her by the doctor, right? And then her powers kick in where the fears start going around the building and everyone's like, oh my God, demons. But here's my thing. I get in the movie they introduced that he had a girlfriend and that he
well, that's the thing. Each character had killed somebody in the past.
Yes, yeah.
Each character had killed somebody
and they encountered a vision. Each of them encountered
visions. So they're all hurting. They're all hurting. They're all scared of their past. They all had terrible pasts of death. Mm-hmm. And Bobby's past was
he killed his girlfriend.
He killed his girlfriend accidentally, I guess, while they were getting hot and heavy. But every time he does that, his skin burns and it can kill.
Oh, so you know what? Maybe I do get it now. Maybe he saw Ilyana.
Yeah.
Because he had some feelings for her, and the fear is, oh man, if he gets together with her, it's gonna end up just like his girlfriend. Okay, no, that makes sense now. Now thinking about it and talking about it. Okay.
Which to have that as your worst fear, it can't be that bad, you know?
Yeah.
Compared to the other fears.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, like the priest. I guess we can go over the visions.
Let's go over their visions.
Okay,
let's go over their visions.
So Rain, who was Wolfbane, the wolf.
Yeah.
She had a problem with the priest in the past, who I guess
branded her,
molested her.
Oh yeah.
And branded her.
There was a lot of problems there.
So I thought the scene in the shower was pretty scary.
Yeah. That had a good.
That was probably the scariest.
That was a good horror feel. That was
because his face was like bleeding and.
There's two well handled ones, hers and then Ileana's, but we'll get to that a little bit later. But so there was hers, and then of course Bobby's was his girlfriend. He encountered like a burnt body, like a burnt demon coming out of the pool.
Yeah.
And then
Sam's was
Sam's was
what was Sam's?
Sam's was they actually showed Sam's in a different part of the movie.
Oh, the mines.
The mines.
So he was mining with his dad, which for some reason he was forced into that.
And that was actually the first.
First one.
That's how they introduced her powers. Technically,
that was the first one.
Because in the beginning of the movie, she's sleeping, and then the computer scanning that she's having like some psionic powers, generating from her. It sounds nutty. And then
the whole movie's nutty.
The whole movie, nothing.
It's a hard movie.
Nothing's explained well. Nothing's explained well. And so while she's sleeping, Sam sees this vision in a laundry, in a washer.
Yeah, the attack of the killer washers.
The washer
starts attacking.
Somehow I got confused in the scene.
I was very confused.
It looked like he got sucked into the washer.
He looks into the washer and he goes back to his past where he was in the mines. He explains later that he was forced into mining with his dad.
Yeah,
which I didn't get either. So basically, his past is that he was mining with his father and a bunch of other miners, and he experienced his powers for the first time.
Yeah.
Which his powers like to shoot all over the sky.
Yeah.
Real fast with like energy.
It's just jolting really quick.
So that happened in the mines, which made the mines collapse and kill all the miners and his dad.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
And that was one of the first.
So that was
fears.
what his vision was, which I just thought was dumb.
Yeah, it was dumb.
It wasn't scary.
It was dumb. It wasn't scary.
And then, like you said, the last one was Ileana.
So I think they did a good job with that. Like, because Ileana's fear was this happy face man.
Yeah, so she was with, I think she said 19. It was like a group of 19 guys wearing these happy face masks.
Yeah.
That molested her, raped her.
Yeah.
And abused her.
Yeah.
So she killed them all with her powers, which that's when she first experienced her powers.
Yeah.
But her visions was re-experiencing those guys, which I thought was scary at first when they didn't show the face.
Yeah.
They kept coming to the screen and like you saw their backs, you saw how long and lanky they were. Now I thought that was creepy. When they showed their face, I was like,
oh no, yeah. When they took the mask off.
So you liked the face?
I liked it.
I didn't like the face.
You didn't like the face?
I thought it was. I didn't like the way it looked. I thought it looked fake. I just didn't think it was that scary.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it did its job to me.
But
like,
they ended up being.
It was creepy to me. Like when it turned around, I was like, whoa.
They ended up being basically the main bad guys towards the end.
Yeah,
that's
pretty much.
Who they were fighting.
Yeah. And then that's all the fears.
That's all the fears. So then we can get into the ending. So basically, when Dani's about to get killed because
the superiors informed Dr. Reyes that Dani is too powerful and too dangerous. Kill her, put her down.
Yeah. And
for a second, I was like, I think Dr. Reyes was gonna do it.
Right.
But then you start seeing her pull her in and then put her to sleep and having that monologue with her, like
you can tell she didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
But it was her orders.
But then so this is where the movie starts kicking in when she's about to put her down.
Dani's powers kick in.
Macy, Rain, the werewolf girl, comes from the vents, hops down,
rescues her,
scratches the shit out of
Dr.
That
was pretty
Reyes.
cool.
That was cool. This is where the movie starts kicking in.
Yeah.
And she scratches the shit out of Dr. Reyes, and Dr. Reyes freaks out.
Dr. Reyes is just bleeding all over the floor.
Yeah, and Dani is saved.
Yeah.
So then,
but Dr. Reyes does run away and escape.
Yeah, Dr. Reyes gets away, escapes,
somehow.
And she's like limping around. But then the rest of the gang are being chased by the happy face men.
Yeah, so basically Dani's still not awake yet, and I guess what we can get from this is when Dani is in distress or she's at fear for her life, her powers are at her strongest.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why the visions were coming to life and actually attacking the patients.
And supposedly, when they were all being attacked, they looked for Dr. Reyes. Oh,
so
okay.
this is when we first started to interrupt. This is when we first finally get to see everybody's powers in action.
Yeah, and this is where I was like, man, we should have gotten this like probably more in Act 2 of the movie.
Yeah.
If anything.
So you get to see Illyana have her huge like arm turn into metal sword, which is pretty cool. You get to see.
But there's still some questions with her powers that
we'll go over that one because we didn't see her full powers yet as we're breaking down the movie. Then we see Bobby use his fire and bash everybody.
Very cool.
We see Sam rocket through the hallway.
Oh yeah, all the body parts.
All the body parts are dismantled.
That was pretty cool.
Then we see Rain attack Dr. Reyes as a wolf.
Yes.
To rescue Dani.
Yes.
So then they finally all meet up again.
They all meet up, and so here's where I got a little confused. Dr. Reyes, they see Dr. Reyes kind of injured, and she's walking over to them, and they're like, "You fucking bitch," whatever, like talking shit, and the shields come over them.
Yeah.
Is that a power Dr. Reyes had, or is that the building?
Yeah, so it turns out the shield is her power. So the shield that she had over
she's
the
like
campus,
a mutant. She's a mutant too.
She's a mutant.
Okay,
yeah.
she's a mutant
She's
too.
a mutant. She showed it earlier in the movie.
At first, I was under the impression that it was just like technology.
No, she's a mutant. It showed it earlier in the movie too when Illyana and Dani were having their first fight in the library.
Oh, yeah.
And it looked like Illyana was about to kill Dani.
Yeah, they did. That was
Reyes
there.
Saved her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Dr. Reyes has powers.
Dr. Reyes has powers.
Dr.
And that's
Reyes
probably
has
why
powers.
they put her in charge.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they were like, yeah, we don't need no staff for her. No lunch lady.
So, yeah, anyway, Dr. Reyes is bleeding out. They're following her, trying to find her and basically kill her so they can escape. Because they feel as if they kill her, the force field around the entire campus will be lifted.
Yeah.
So they're trying to find her. They're trying to kill her. And they finally come across her, which is this is where everything just goes.
Everything kicks. Like, this
complete,
movie. This movie was a turtle, and then it just kicks into overdrive. It's like,
so, like you said, so Dr. Reyes gets him with these force fields.
Yeah.
Puts him down. And it looks like that she's about to win.
Yeah.
When all of a sudden, a giant demon.
you see snow in the window, and you hear like rumbles. And
so
the
monster from the very beginning that we knew that existed shows up. And it turns out to be a giant
demon bear.
They explain
it was awesome.
They explain it, a giant demon bear.
Yeah, it's a giant demon bear, and it was awesome.
And it just comes out of nowhere and eats Dr. Reyes.
It breaks through the building, the side of the building, and it just eats Dr. Reyes.
It was cool, but at the same time,
it
was cool, but at the same time, was like,
does this make sense?
What is going on?
Yeah, like.
A giant bear.
Like, this is dope, but what is happening? Like, why this? Why now?
I was like, what is going on?
Because supposedly it's Dani's fear, the bear, but I don't get why it's her fear. Is that well explained?
They never explained. The only thing they explained is that her father gave her a bear necklace when she was younger.
And she's scared of
that.
And
she wears the bear necklace around her neck.
Yeah. Oh, and as she's asleep. She's like in this woods area in her dream world.
Yeah. So
there was some weird dream world she was in, and she kept hearing Rain's voice.
So while the bear is attacking, so they kill Dr. Reyes, and then it starts attacking our main character, our main five.
Yeah.
While this is happening, like you said, Dani is passed out.
Yeah.
And she's in this dream woods area, which looked like the woods from the beginning.
Yeah. Could have been.
Because she goes in the tree.
Rain was there too. The wolf was running around in the dream world too. She's like, Rain.
So anyway, this is when we get our big battle scene. So our five mutants
they kick in,
start fighting and trying to
with
defend and trying to escape from the giant demon bear.
Yeah.
So it turns out the big fight in the end is against a giant demon bear.
Yeah. I almost think like was this added later? Like I think like maybe I wonder if like the first version of this movie didn't have demon bear. And then the executives watching like, yo, we need some action because this movie sucks.
I'm just laughing
because the demon bear is the best part. It's the best fucking
part.
Like
if I told you before the movie started, like, oh yeah, they fight a giant demon bear at the end,
you would never think. You would never think that.
Yeah.
I only knew about the demon bear because of the images I saw previously.
See, I had no idea.
You had no idea.
No idea about it. So it came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're fighting it. They go to like a barn. Is it a barn? What is it? A barn?
A chapel.
Is it a chapel?
It was a chapel.
It was a chapel.
It was
Whatever
a chapel.
It was.
Because Rain likes to go there because demons don't show up in churches.
She was wrong there because the bear destroyed the chapel.
The bear destroyed the chapel.
So yeah, I guess we can get Illyana now. Her power.
Illyana. Okay, so this is a very confusing power, not explained well at all.
I guess we forgot to mention Illyana's puppet. She's been talking to this puppet this entire movie.
And so yeah, Illyana, her power is her arm turns like some magical metal, and then she has a sword that comes out with like blue fire.
Yeah.
And she can go into this world.
Teleportation. It's like a big circle.
It's essentially teleportation, and she has a puppet.
And earlier in the movie, Rain asked her, or was it Dani that asked her, "Is it hell?" And she said, "No, it's purgatory."
Purgatory. She said
no,
purgatory.
it's purgatory.
No, it's purgatory.
Which makes it just doesn't
don't
make
get
it.
it.
Doesn't
I don't
explain
get it.
So then the puppet she's had this entire movie.
She's talking to like this fake purple dragon puppet. And what was it called? So the purple dragon puppet.
Yeah, the purple dragon. So we're talking about a giant demon bear, a purple dragon puppet.
Yeah. And and the Russian so Ilyana she talks to it and she makes it talk to herself. She's like, "Oh, should we get lunch?" And it's like, "Yes, we should." And then
she's talking to the whole movie. I'm like, all right, this woman's insane.
Yeah, part of me is,
but now it explains at the end, kind of.
But
it doesn't explain.
It doesn't really explain.
It just shows why she's talking to it.
So she goes. So imagine this. There's Ilyana, the Russian chick, has the purple puppet dragon the whole time, and then they all their powers start to kick in, and then she finally decides to use hers. She drags a sword. It was awesome. Honestly, the introduction was awesome.
Yeah.
She
had the coolest powers out of anybody.
She had the coolest powers.
Yeah.
Arms turn metal, grabs the sword, grinds it against the floor. A portal opens and
she enters the portal.
But from our point of view, when you look in the portal, there's a whole nother world.
It looks like lava and hell, man.
And it looks cool, and you think she's gonna fight the bear, but the bear's in the real world. What's going on with that hell world she's about to go to? And then it cuts to her fighting in the real world with the bear, and now the purple puppet dragon is a real purple dragon.
It's a real dragon on her shoulder.
Spyro's with her now.
So the puppet turned real. And now that we're explaining it, this is stupid.
It sounds fucking dumb.
It is very dumb.
It's not. See, maybe if it's explained to me more, but maybe it would be better. Her powers weren't explained because she goes into this portal, and now she's in the real world with the purple dragon. And now she's fighting
with the purple dragon. The dragon's helping her. The dragon's breathing fire.
Yeah.
It's like a little baby dragon. Pretty cute, though.
The dragon was cute. It was a cute dragon.
It was a cute dragon.
But then it went back to being a puppet later.
And it just went back to being a puppet.
So what my question is, to anyone watching that might know, what determines when this thing is a puppet and when it's real? And why when she goes into...
Why wouldn't you bring it out earlier?
Why not bring it out earlier? Why not hang out with it? In that room she got put in. But, okay... So, what the hell was I gonna say? While she's fighting the demon bear, you kind of see like
that never gets old.
You see like a frame. It cuts to a quick glimpse of while she's fighting it. She's in the real world, and then it cuts to a second of her in that hell world fighting it.
Yeah,
remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Why? I don't understand what her power is.
So my guess, like, here's the only thing I can think of, and it's kind of like a Doctor Strange type thing. Doctor Strange uses multiple dimensions to fight.
Okay.
Maybe she's using that dimension and her dimension to fight the demon at the same time. That's why the dragon...
Both dimensions are merging, and that's why the dragon was like...
That's why the dragon's real. It's stupid. There's no explanation.
Yeah.
The dragon's a puppet. The dragon's not a puppet. It is crazy. The dragon's a puppet. The dragon's not a puppet. It's stupid.
Yeah. Wasn't explained well. And now talking about it out loud like this, it does sound fucking ridiculous.
But we're not even getting to how they defeat this thing. Can we get to
how they defeat it?
Well,
so first, real quick, let's run through everyone else's like one-on-one with
real quick, let's do the one-on-one.
So one-on-one with it, Bobby, the guy with the fire powers.
Which was so dumb. Does nothing.
This dude did nothing. They hype him up because Sam, the Stranger Things kid, sorry, I can't remember the actors' names, but he looks at him and I think what did he say, nut up?
Nut up.
He looks at Bobby, he's like, yo, nut up, because Bobby's hiding behind like the church chairs.
He's been hiding.
So
now
he has the best powers. Like, why aren't you using it?
The demon bears look like it's about to eat Ilyana.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh, there's nobody left because Bobby's hiding, and then Bobby jumps out and uses his flames, which is pretty cool.
He uses his flames for like a second though.
Yeah, and then he starts fighting the bear.
And then,
in less than 10 seconds, he was beat.
His fire goes away, and because the bear's like roaring.
Yeah,
the bear, like he just like I guess ran out of fire.
He probably has the worst powers too, because if we can really jump back early in the movie too, by the way, when you first see him in flames and he's on fire, she uses a broom and just pushes him in the pool.
Oh, that was fucking crazy. Yeah, that was like very lame.
He probably has if it rains, he's screwed. His powers.
It did kind of show like, oh, this guy is cool and all, but it's like, oh yeah, just push him in a pool.
Yeah, push him in a pool.
His weakness is pools.
But back to when he's fighting the bear, I just found that he got beat so easily.
He got beat very easily. We didn't see much of him with the bear.
And I thought he was dead. Did you? When he got slammed, the whole bear uses his whole paw and just slams him into the ground.
Yeah,
I thought he was dead.
Yeah, and all his clothes were burned. I didn't think he was dead, but yeah, that's funny.
He was laying there flat like this.
Yeah.
And he survived.
Yeah.
And that's another thing I have a problem with too. All the characters survive.
Oh, you maybe wanted to die. Dr. Reyes died. Oh, you mean
yeah,
like the
but
main
she was the villain,
yeah,
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess it's not really a problem. It's just like we could have used a death.
Maybe because we didn't like him, we wanted him to die.
Maybe.
It's like I mean, Rain could have died, sure.
So then so that was his Sam.
Sam. So that pissed me off too because he stopped.
Sam didn't do much.
He stopped at the church doors and he was like. He was pretty much like, I got this.
Yeah.
I want to do this. And we get a shot of him jolting.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to him back in the chapel.
Yeah.
And he's like, nut up. Sam doesn't do anything.
And then
the only cool scene was when he jolted through the happy faces.
To me, the worst part is when Rain finally comes out. She's like, I'm going to kick his ass. And turns into a little dog. She's a little wolf fighting a giant demon bear.
Yeah.
Like, what did she think was going to happen?
Yeah.
She didn't do any damage.
Mm-hmm.
She gets slammed down to the ground.
They all technically none of them did damage to the damn thing.
Yeah, they all suck.
If anyone, Ilyana. But then it comes. Then
this is the moment where this is the moment.
This is how it gets beat.
This is the moment when the big villain, the demon bear, gets beat.
Yeah.
So let's go back to Dani. She's still in this woods, this world that's
she's
snowing.
She's still in.
She's not. Yeah. She's still sleeping.
Yeah.
She's still sleeping, and she's still in this woods area where it's snowing.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, her dad shows up.
Yeah.
Her dad shows up, who's dead.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What did he say? Wake up."
Wake up! They need you.
Like,
I don't know.
Wake up!
You're stronger.
You're stronger. Oh yeah, she's like, it's too big. I can't beat it. And he's like, you're bigger.
You're bigger.
And the people behind us, they laughed.
Yeah, what happened? Yeah, when he said this line, like,
you're bigger.
You're bigger. The whole row behind us just started laughing.
Yeah, so
it was kind of corny.
So he says, "Wake up," and she says, "I can't. He's too big." And and the dad says, "You're bigger." And all of a sudden, boom! She wakes up. She gets out of Bobby's Bobby's arms.
And this is another thing to where her acting just didn't hook me in. She's the main character.
And she walks up to the bear.
I don't feel any sight of like worry for her.
The whole movie, she's had no emotion.
Yeah, nothing.
So then she walks up to the bear, and we're finally like, okay, you know what? Maybe we're gonna see her powers.
Yeah,
and she's gonna fight this bear.
Her eyes will glow or something.
Like shit. And we're like, all right, here's the big moment, and she says, "No, stop,
bad bear,
bad bear."
No, she doesn't say bad bear, but like she essentially was saying that.
She says no. She says stop. She walks up to it.
She touches his nose.
She pets
it.
She pets it. She says, "It's okay. You can go away now," and he disappears.
Yeah. Oh God.
And he disappears.
Oh, it's so bad.
And that's
so
it.
Bad.
The demon bear is gone because she told it to leave.
She said, "Bad bear, go home.
Go home. Get back in your cage.
Get back in your cage, demon bear."
And they won.
And they live happily ever after because the next town was 20 miles away.
Since Reyes is dead, that was pretty cool when they walk out and he picks up the foot.
That was funny.
It was Reyes' foot.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
So the force field is gone because Reyes is dead.
Yeah.
And they say, "All right, let's walk away together." And they all walk away, and that's the end of the movie.
20 miles away to the next city. And that's it.
That's it.
That's New Mutants, guys.
That's New Mutants.
That's New Mutants. I just there's a lot to confusion in this movie.
So I went in this movie thinking it was gonna be horrible, and I don't think it was horrible.
I don't hate this.
It was
movie.
not horrible.
I don't hate it.
I know we criticize a lot, but that's what we do. We're critics.
Yeah.
I did not hate this movie. Mm-hmm. It was watchable. Will I watch it again? Probably not. That's its biggest problem.
It's the perfect stream. It should have just been on Disney Plus. This would have been the perfect streaming movie. Hands down.
Not rewatchable. It's not a rewatchable movie because it's boring. Because it's boring.
If anything, if you do rewatch it, you're just gonna skip to the end.
Yeah.
I would just skip to the end where they started. But not even the end is worth like putting it back on for.
Right.
Honestly, it's not.
I don't think that the movie knew what it was either. Was it action? Was it horror? Was it romance? I don't.
You know what? Identity problem. Probably just had a big time identity problem.
If it was gonna be a horror
movie,
it should have went more horror. There was barely any horror.
Cause and the promotion they all come on.
They were promoting a horror
movie, and that's what we wanted. But it has an identity problem where you think it's like, oh, it's like a Breakfast Clubby type movie.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, it's like this. It's kind of horror. Then they're trying to be funny sometimes. Then like it's high school movie. It's like, what the fuck are we watching?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the one thing I will say too to help it out is and give it credit, it's different than any other superhero X-Men movie we've ever gotten before.
Yeah. But is that a good thing?
I mean, normally X-Men and superhero movies we get a huge, vast world. This is literally these 6 characters.
It's small cast.
These 6 characters in this one building, and that's all.
Small
it is.
Cast. Yeah,
and you gotta appreciate that.
Yeah. You can appreciate that.
It did the best it could.
Because it is
with
something you
budget.
think about where it's like, I mean, it's not a giant production.
No, it did the best it could with its budget, because I know it had a low budget.
Yeah.
And it was just a small movie within itself. It was different, and you gotta appreciate that sometimes.
Yeah, totally.
But it could have been a lot better, I thought.
Yeah, for sure.
You want to give it? So should I really quickly go over the rating scale?
Let's go over. You explain the rating
scale.
So
really quickly, we're gonna just go over our rating scale. So it is gonna be 1 through 10 with a decimal system.
Yeah.
So really quickly, we're gonna just go 1 through 3 would be a bad movie. We'd rate it a bad movie. 3 through 5 would be like an okay movie. 5 through 8, so that's 3 numbers, would be good. 8 through 9 is great, and 9 through 10 is amazing. Now, the reason we're doing decimal system is pretty simple. I mean, for example, I'm trying to think of the 2 worst movies I've ever seen. I guess Texas Chainsaw 3D. You ever see that?
No.
It's horrible. One of the worst movies I've ever seen. And Jack and Jill.
To
me, they're probably 2 of the worst movies I've ever seen. So I would give them a 1. But I still would say I like Texas Chainsaw better than Jack and Jill.
Right. Great. Okay.
So I would give Texas Chainsaw 1.2.
Yes.
And Jack and Jill 1.1. Showing that I like Texas Chainsaw better, even though I think they both suck.
I do like the way you're doing that, because like, let's say you just say they're both 1s, right?
Yeah.
But then that's like insinuating like it's like.
But I didn't like them the same. I still like the 1 better than the other.
Right. You do like 1. Okay. Yeah.
So that's what the decimals come into play.
Yeah, the point system's good.
Yeah. So for me, I gave this movie a 5.1.
5.1.
Yeah.
That's generous. In
so
my opinion, I think it's a little
have
generous.
it lower.
So I'm looking at. I'm really trying to debate right now. I'll probably give this like a 3.8.
Really?
Yeah. It was like
okay.
Me. I'll give it an okay, but I would put it there for the okay.
Yeah,
mark.
I gave it a 5.1.
Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna have a Excel sheet maybe.
Yeah.
I'll make it tomorrow. Of all the movies we've seen and what we rated, and we can keep track.
Oh, so 5.1. So it's good to you.
I think it was a solid.
It was okay.
I think it was solid.
Yeah. Okay. I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. I don't know, because for me, if I were to give it like 5 and above, that means it would be rewatchable.
You know what? I think
it would be a rewatchable.
I think we'll redo this, because I think we do 3 through 6 is okay, and then 6 through 8 is good.
3 through 6 is okay, and
3 through 6 is okay, and 6 through 8 is good.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. So I still have it in the okay.
Yeah,
section.
we're still figuring this out, guys. So just bear with us.
That's what I'm saying.
That's okay.
Basically, I think it was okay. 5.1.
I'll give it like a 3.8.
3.8.
Yeah, I'll give it a 3.8.
All right, so I liked it a little better than you did.
Yeah. It's just too fucking boring.
Yeah.
That movie.
Right.
And there's not much to go off.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but
it was a fun time.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got back in the movies.
Yeah, I'm glad we got back in the movie theaters,
next
man.
is gonna be Tenet, right?
Next we're gonna do a Tenet review. That's episode 6. We're knocking these out. We gotta look for a showing for Tenet.
Yeah.
And then your next movie review will be for Tenet, which I'm more excited to review.
Yeah.
Because this movie looks fucking awesome.
Right. Yeah.
It looks fucking great, and it's Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
All right. Well, everybody, thanks for tuning in to episode.
Give us your review. Give us your rating.
Yeah, let us know what you think.
Yeah.
This has been episode 6 of your friendly neighborhood movie critics, and with great power
comes great movies.
Yeah. I'm Ethan Hahn, your host, and my co-host is.
I am Michael.
Yeah, this is Michael, and pretty much, listen, subscribe to my channels, Ethan Hahn Productions, for the video version of this. We're gonna be on Spotify. This is the 5th episode, and go ahead and check us out. All of our social media will be linked down below.
Thanks for everybody for listening.
Thanks for listening, guys.
All right.
Alrighty.